What's going on, everyone? First things first, I'd like to apologise as it's been quite some time that I've actually made a video. But I'm back on it. Let's move forward. So, it's coming up to a full year now that I've owned the car, because I picked it up on the 1st of March at midnight due to the 16 plate on the car. I couldn't pick it up no earlier. So, I'm actually going to make a video, hopefully within some time this week, about what it's like to have the car, how it's been, how it's performed, my overall thoughts on the car after owning it for a year, and also things like expenses, insurance, we're talking road tax, servicing, and other things you might not think about, other things you may want to consider once you've had the car and once you own the car, whether it's just that it'll perform better, it'll look better, etc, etc. So today, that's not this video, that's for later on in the week. At the moment, I've done a few small modifications to the car. Nothing mechanical, nothing that's going to affect its performance, but what this will do and the stuff that I have done so far is just little bits and pieces that I felt like it should have came out the factory like. So I'm going to show you a few of these bits and pieces right now. And if you do have a Mustang right now, you may agree with me once you see it and once I go through what I've done. And if that is so, and you think, you know what, I would like that on my car, just let me know. I'll explain where I got it done, pricing, etc, etc. So do message me with that one. Because what I'm about to show you, I felt like it's just bring it from one price range to the next. And that's what this whole point was. And I've got a lot more modifications that I want to go through with the car. I'm going to go through a few bits and pieces because it's exterior, interior, cosmetic stuff, just to make it kind of look a bit better, look a little bit more sporty, as you will. And then overall performance, whether that's a tune, cold air intake, intercooler, exhaust system, and also how the car handles. So I may be looking at some new suspension. But we'll go through a few bits there because I would like to see your opinion as well, because I'm very tied up on what I want to do with the car. So let's take a look at a few bits that I've done. Alright, so here it is. So well done to anyone that's actually spotted the differences, because at first you won't notice it. But on closer inspection, it makes such a difference. So what I've actually done is with everything which was originally the OEM plastic, for instance like this, really kind of nasty, cheapy kind of material, and that's actually going to be changed soon as well. I've done this. I've actually had it all painted gloss black, so I've had the side skirts painted gloss black and the rear diffuser also gloss black, so it's actually got rid of that kind of grainy feel as well, and now it's nice and smooth and glossy. And also probably the one that's actually made the biggest difference maybe is the front splitter, which is also now gloss black, and it actually almost makes the front splitter look a little bit almost bigger, if I can say that, just because it adds so much more to it now. It's a little bit more in your face. And also to the bonnet, and I bring these back from California. I got these from American Muscle, which is online, which you can take a look at, which just adds a little bit more to the bonnet and almost makes it look so much more aggressive there. But it's not so much in your face like the stripes that you'll see on a lot of Mustangs, that it's quite in your face. This just adds that little bit of aggression, and I didn't really want to put the stripes on the car just because I just feel like a lot of Mustangs have it. Not that I don't think it looks good, because I do think it looks good, but I want mine to be that little bit different. And moving on to the brake calipers. Here they are. Good look, Claire. Now, I don't know how well that's going to pick it up, to be honest, on camera. So these have actually been painted the same colour as the car, ruby red, and it's also, I've had a little bit of gold flake put into it, so when it's sunny it should really pop. And I don't think you'll see it there so much, but you can just see the top of the horse's head. So I've had the Mustang emblem put onto the car as well. So coming around to the front of the car again, the license plate. Not that it's changed, but what we have done is taken the frame from the license plate off, got rid of that completely, and slightly heated it up with a heat gun in order to curl it to the shape of the bonnet, and it just looks so much more cleaner. In fact, if you haven't seen what it looks like with the frame to begin with, I will try to find a picture when I had it on just to show you the difference, because at the moment you might be thinking, looking at it, it's just a license plate, but the kind of upgrade it's done is so much better. So coming round to one of the smaller little bits and pieces right here, that's been tinted down just because that was quite a bright orange and it was almost too much in your face, and that's just kind of tinted. Obviously it looks a bit more orange there, but as soon as I go like that, it just looks so much darker, and it kind of almost blends in with the colour of the car. But not only that, if you see that line there, almost kind of looks like, if you come back a bit, that they're actually supposed to be there like that together, which I'm quite happy with. And moving on, last bit is actually something for the interior, a tiny little thing. I saw it and I thought, you know what, I'm going to bring it back. So I couldn't obviously bring anything too big back from California. A carbon fibre coin tray. And do you know what? This cost me, I think, about, what, £50? And it's just such a small thing, no practicality whatsoever, but it makes the interior look like it costs a lot more, and it makes it just a nicer place to be. And I am planning on, as I said, changing a few bits potentially with the interior. So that's the modifications so far. As I said, I'm only changed some of the exterior and a little bit of the interior just because I wanted it to be right first. Now anything from here is going to be quite maybe a bit more in your face, a bit more of an add-on, or as I can say, maybe a bit more of a in your face mod. This is just how I felt like the car should have left the factory in the first place, and I don't know why Ford didn't, just because everything I've done there really didn't cost that much. So, and it just adds so much more to the car. So other modifications that I'm thinking of doing. So let's go through a few bits and pieces and see what you think. So for instance, the first thing I'm thinking of potentially is actually suspension. So if you look a little bit more closer at the car there, use my hand as a perspective, there is quite a big gap, and I think it would look quite good. I'll try and get a good shot here if it was that little tiny bit lower. I don't know if it's a good shot or not, but you can see it in the front wheel there. Now I wouldn't want this slammed on the ground because I'm not a massive fan of that kind of look, but I have found some Ford Performance springs that will lower it from the rear and the front by about an inch, and it shouldn't really affect ride quality so much, and I will get a warranty with Ford if I get low springs, so I'm quite potentially looking at that. But I'm not only just doing that, I want to make it clear just for how it looks, because I do want to get something more from it as well, especially if I'm messing with suspension. So that's going to stop body roll, it will stop the nose diving down on heavy braking, and also it will stop squatting at the back, the rear of the car when I'm putting my foot down, especially off lines on just initial acceleration. So that's one thing I'm thinking of doing. And also, just because I think it might kind of pop the car up a little bit more, if I do lower it, just to have this piece here on all the tyres with red tyre writing, maybe something, I don't know. But the whole idea of this is because I want to get your opinion as well and see what other people think, or even if you have other ideas, or change my ideas slightly to a little bit of something else, and you might think, I might think, yeah, definitely a good idea. So coming round again, if you look at this, it's a beautiful gloss black, almost like the rear diffuser and the other bits I've done. But right there in the pony emblem, see that it's also OEM plastic. Now I'm thinking of either having that painted, same ruby red, painted also gloss black around it, or also maybe even having it wrapped, say, chrome black, just to give it a little bit of different niche, something a little bit different. Also something I'm thinking of is a carbon front splitter. maybe to push it out just a little bit. So let's head into the interior and see what we've got going on in here. So if you look into the interior there, I'm potentially thinking of changing the 4-piece aluminium dash to say either carbon or having it painted gloss black. The center console also, maybe having it rolled in Alcantara with a silver stitch to match the silver stitch in the seats and around the other parts of the car. And also the switch covers painted gloss black also. But if you could let me know what you think about what I'm thinking, my ideas of the car, that would be great, just because I would like other people's opinions before I do it. It is going to be a bit of a project, this car, for me over the coming years, to be honest, because I don't see me getting rid of this. I do plan on getting another car, but also keeping this in the garage as more than an everyday car. So let me know what you think, if you have any ideas, or how I could change my ideas slightly to something else to get the most from it. So yeah, so there's some of my ideas for the car. Obviously it is a big difference there. So you've got suspension, interior and exterior. So we are looking at handling or just overall cosmetics of the car. I don't know what way I want to go just yet, and that's what's annoying me a little bit, because one moment I think, yes, we'll go suspension, we'll lower it, we'll do some tyre writing, make it look really mean, and try and bring the body roll down. Next minute I think, maybe I should have this painted, like for instance all the other OEM plastic bits painted gloss black as well. And then the next moment I think, no, let's do some interior. So I would like to see where you're all coming from, what you think would be the best mod. Because obviously I am using this every day, so I don't want to be going over a speed bump and feeling like my head's about to go through the roof, because the ride quality is that bad. So the ride quality in the Mustang is pretty good. I don't want to ruin that. So I would want something which is actually being created suspension-wise for the road and not track use. This is not a track day car. This is my everyday car. Performance, as in horsepower and torque, I'm not that bothered by. And that's because I am using this on a daily basis when I'm driving, whether I'm going to the shops, I'm picking up food, I'm picking up my brother, or whatever the case is. So I don't need to be flying down the A13, for instance. But not only that, I don't want to void warranty. This is a brand new car. I have 2 more years on my warranty with Ford with this. I wouldn't want to go and do something goes wrong, I'm then in a hole, because then financially it's down to me to sort the problem out, depending on what the issue is. So if I was going to do something like that, I would want, probably if I was going to go performance, a cold air intake and a tune. But that's only really me kind of weighing up warranty. Am I going to get a warranty from, say, someone else which is going to cover that? But at the moment, performance, I'm kind of leaning against. So suspension, the interior and exterior, let me know what you think. I have actually brought also back some side scoops from California as well, which I haven't got with me, but I will try and show you in the next video. Also something I'm thinking of doing. Apart from that, that's the end of this video. Let me know what you think. Please like, comment and subscribe. And as I said, if you do have any questions or any thoughts of what I could do with the car next, I'm very open to suggestions, and I want to hear everyone's opinion, just because it might be something I've not thought about, or something I thought maybe that would be quite nice. So please do let me know, and hopefully I'll have the next video up within the next week. Apart from then, that's all good for now. See you next time.